PW28, that is Mula, was asked to share this counter proposal with Sharon and returned feedback to the first accused. And as instructed, PW28, Lawrence, discussed the matter with Sharon, who accepted the first accused's counter proposal. And when he communicated to the first accused Sharon's acceptance of her proposal, according to PW28, the first accused promised to avail the money needed for the purchase of the plot and the construction of the house by end of August 2018. On the 23rd of August 2018, PW1 recalled having received a call from Sharon informing him that the first accused, through the second accused, had requested to meet them in Nairobi urgently. PW9 then called the second accused for confirmation of that information, and the second accused confirmed that that was true and added that the first accused would meet their transportation costs. And on the night of 23rd and 24th of August 2018, at around 3 a.m., PW9 received 22,000 through his M-Pesa from a lady identified as Veronica Wageshi. This was PW4. PW4 testified that she was on duty on 23rd of August 2018 as a receptionist at Sacred Hotel, Nairobi, when a man she was not able to identify requested her through her Safaricom line 22,210 to PW9's mobile number, allegedly because he did not have a Safaricom line. The second accused, in his defense, admitted having sent the above money to PW9 through PW4 to facilitate Sharon's and PW9's flight to Nairobi on the same day. There is evidence from PW5 and PW9 that Sharon and PW9 took an early morning flight from Kisumu to Nairobi on the 24th August 2018. On arrival, they met with the second accused at Capital Center, who later catered for their accommodation as he allegedly made efforts to schedule a meeting for them with the first accused. Unknown to Sharon at PW9, the second accused had also facilitated the travel of Lawrence Muller to Nairobi on the same day, ostensibly for the same purpose of having a meeting with the first accused. However, the promised meeting failed to take place and disappointed the trial, that is PW9, Lawrence and Sharon, returned to Homa Bay in the evening of the following day. According to the evidence of PW9 and PW28, that is Stu Mura, between 27th and 29th of August, the second accused called them separately using an Airtel line number 0739473321, informing them that in future they should communicate with him using that line. He, however, gave them different reasons for that instruction. According to the evidence of PW9, the second accused claimed that he had lost his Safaricom line, and that is why he had acquired that is why he had asked them to communicate through the Airtel line. Well, according to Lawrence, he claimed that the second accused had claimed that his Safaricom line had been blocked by children and he had not had time to unblock it. Further, through the evidence of Noah Omondi Odoyo, who testified as PW26, an Airtel shop attendant in Migori, the prosecution alleged that the above Airtel line, that is the line that the second accused acquired and instructed PW9 and Mula to be using in any communication with him, that line had been registered using a national identity card, which was issued in the name of Vincent Abonyo. Vincent Abonyo, in his testimony, recorded that he had lost his identity card while at Kenya Commercial Bank in Migori, and he had already obtained his replacement. He denied having registered the Airtel line used by the second accused to communicate to Sharon, PW9 and PW28. On the PW28 record that in late August 2018, the second accused called him using the Airtel line, and they subsequently had a meeting outside Tausi Hotel at Rodi, during which the second accused asked PW28 to keep off Sharon's affairs as he would henceforth deal with her issues. On being cross-examined by Mr. Awor for the victim's family, Lawrence recalled having written a statement confirming that in that meeting, the second accused had asked him how they could get access to PW9's and Sharon's mobile phones, since they contained evidence that could take the governor to the media. According to the evidence of XYZ, that is PW9, Sharon called him on the 3rd of September 2018 at about 5 p.m., informing him that the second accused had conveyed a request from the first accused that they should meet at Rodikopani in Homa Bay County. They acceded to second accused's request, and on arrival at Rodikopane, Sharon contacted the second accused, who redirected them to Rongo town. They proceeded to Rongo and went to Grasa Hotel, where they waited for the second accused. And when he eventually joined them in the hotel, the second accused informed them that the place was too open for him to communicate the message he had from the first accused. He requested that they should move to another venue. XYZ further testified that as they exited the hotel, they found a dark vehicle parked outside the hotel entrance, which the second accused allegedly asked them to board, claiming that it belonged to him. On boarding this vehicle, he noted that it already had two occupants, a driver and a person seated on the passenger seat. PW9 sat behind the driver. Sharon sat in the middle, while the second accused sat behind the front passenger seat. The vehicle then left the hotel, and as it was being driven towards Rongo town, and was driven towards Rongo town, but subsequently changed direction towards Homa Bay town. Along the way, near a petrol station, PW9 claims to have seen two people standing by the roadside. It was now evening around 7:30 p.m. He recalled that the second accused ordered the driver to slow down, and when he did, the second accused exited the vehicle. The two unknown men who were with them in the vehicle he had seen standing by the roadside entered the vehicle and sat at the rear seat, sandwiching Sharon and PW9. He was able to see the two men seated with them at the rear seat, but he was unable to see the driver and the man seated on the front passenger seat, who appeared to be receiving instructions from somewhere, as he was constantly on the phone. As the vehicle sped towards Homa Bay, one of the men ordered them to switch off their mobile phones and surrender them together with their other valuables, which they did. The same man, who he was not able to identify, asked him whether he had a tape recorder, and the other man started searching his pockets. The man seated next to Sharon, according to PW9, asked Sharon about her relationship with him and how she had met the governor, which Sharon explained. The man seated next to PW9 also asked him how he had met Sharon and why he was doing a story about the governor. And as Sharon got distressed and started crying, one of the men told her to stop crying as they were taking her to the governor. According to the evidence of PW9, as the conversation continued, and at this time the vehicle was still in motion, the man seated next to him became...
Na mtazamaji, hayo ni matukio yanayoendelea katika Mahakama Kuu ya Milimani, ambapo Jaji Cecilia Githua anaendelea kuelezea tu matukio yaliyoweza kutokea wakati ambapo aliyekuwa mwanafunzi wa Chuo Kikuu cha Rongo, Sharon Otieno, aliyeuawa mwaka 2018 na mwili wake kupatikana katika msitu wa Kodera katika kaunti ya Homa Bay, na ambao washukiwa waliohusika na kifo hicho ni Michael Oyamo, Kaspal Obiero na aliyekuwa gavana wa Migori Okoth Obado wako pale kizimbani na wataweza kujua hatima yao hivi leo. Naam, mwanahabari wetu Ruth Wamboi amekita kambi katika maeneo hayo ama katika ukumbi huo wa mahakama